Starting in Barcelona, finishing in Barcelona, 14 boats are racing around the planet, two-handed, non-stop. They all face incredible fatigue on the anvil of the oceans, pushing their boats to the limit and beyond.
It really is the ultimate lesson in trusting somebody else, with your boat, with your life, with your race.
"28 skippers gather for a photo call in the only race of its kind on the planet. Two-handed, non-stop, taking 3 months in cramped conditions. The bumper turnout of 14 boats makes it one of the biggest round-the-world races we've seen. The route takes the fleet past the Cape of Good Hope, around the Southern Ocean, through Cook Strait in New Zealand, turning left at Cape Horn and back up the Atlantic. 25,000 miles, competing day and night. Frenchman Jean-Pierre Dick won the first edition of the Barcelona World Race in 2008, sailing with Irishman Damien Foxall. It took Dick 5 months to recover from the brutal conditions and oceanic storms. Just 5 of the 9 starters finished. Back to defend his title, sailing with a new partner, the charismatic Loïc Perron, Dick knows that with 14 entries, the bar has been raised for the second edition.
My philosophy is to work harder to win. The level is clearly higher this year.
Dick and Perron face one of the legends of short-handed sailing, Michel Desjoyeaux, 2-time winner of the solo non-stop Vendée Globe. Racing 2-up with François Gabard is an intriguing challenge.
We'll see in that tiny space. The office, the kitchen, the bedroom, the bathroom, the corner bar, the cinema.
Desjoyeaux, le prof, coached 2 of Spain's brightest sailing talents into his old boat and this race. Iker Martinez and Xavi Fernandez are Olympic silver and gold medalists in the explosive 49er dinghy. Now they're stepping up to this globe-circling marathon.
We love the Olympic competition. This race for us means starting from zero, and that appeals to us a lot.
For Barcelona, this is a cultural, technical and sporting showcase of Spain's greatest seaport. Over 150 schools are using the race in their curriculum, and some lucky children meet the skippers in person. As race day dawns, anticipation is intense. Defending champion Jean-Pierre Dick enjoys the final moments with his family. He will not see his partner Rosen or their baby Erwan for 3 months. The final farewells are hard on all.
Many emotions, especially with the family.
One skipper not aboard is Alex Thompson, who was rushed to hospital for an emergency appendicitis. All the competing skippers voted to allow Dutchman Wouter Verbraak to take his place aboard Hugo Boss. Crowds line the shore, and it's a festival turnout for the start on New Year's Eve. The distinctive laughing cow of Groupe Belle is fast off the line, skippered by another of France's strongest short-handed racers, Quito de Pavon, with co-skipper Seb Ordegen. Spain has a strong contingent with 14 of the 28 skippers in the fleet. Pachi Rivero aboard Renault came fourth in the first edition and is a serious contender with co-skipper Antonio Piris. And Estrella Damm is hotly tipped under Spain's offshore tough guys Pepe Ribes and Alex Peya. Germany is represented for the first time by Boris Herrmann, as is America with Ryan Braymeyer, both teamed up aboard Neutrogena. And for the first time, an all-women duo is competing, Ana Corbella from Barcelona and Dee Caffari, the first woman ever to sail solo non-stop around the world in both directions.
But we're all aware that we're all sailors on the boats doing the same thing in the same place and having to do the same job. So when we're actually racing, we don't really see a gender issue.
Verbac Paprec 3 wins the Mediterranean leg and blasts out of the Gibraltar Strait, leading into the Atlantic, followed by Foncia, Mirabeau and Estrella Damm. Passing the Canary Islands, the boats and sailors are now in their element, firing southwest across the Atlantic in strong trade winds. Foncia and Verbac Paprec 3 provide the fireworks everyone was hoping for. Two new boats in expert hands clashing for the lead, sparks flying. All the skippers, though, are conscious that equipment failure at this level of performance can make or break a team's chances of winning or even finishing.
Breaking something on board is what we fear most. We all feel this. It would be a disaster.
We're aware that during a non-stop round-the-world race, normally 50% of the participants don't finish.
Cruelly for Jean Le Cam and Bruno Garcia, this is exactly what happens to Président. Their mast suffers a catastrophic failure. It's the end of their race. Down the track, the teams dice with the doldrums, the windless hole on the equator. The moment of actually crossing the equator is always notable. For all sailors, there are traditions to uphold, harking back to the 1800s when mariners were initiated into the court of King Neptune.
We're celebrating our entrance to the Southern Hemisphere.
The two leading boats surprise all by making an unscheduled pit stop in Recife, Brazil, to fix damage caused by fast sailing across the Atlantic. Foncia is first in, and working through the night, the shore crew lift this new boat out of the water to replace the sacrificial crash box on the bow. Deke and Perron arrive a few hours later to fix their mainsail track. This diversion is a gift for the chasing pack. Estrella Damm and Mapfre soon take the top two positions. And for the first time ever, a Spanish team leads the Barcelona World Race.
I don't know how to start. Thanks for the congratulations. As you know, it's wicked to be at the front of the fleet.
After 18 hours, Foncia is back on the track, followed by Verbac Paprec 3, and they immediately hook into stronger winds to the west. The Open 60 designs are wide, powerful machines with water ballast and swing keels designed to stretch their legs downwind. They are true thoroughbreds of the ocean. During this joyride, Foncia rips to the front of the fleet, and Verbac Paprec 3 sets a new 24-hour record of 506 miles.
Well, we've managed to sail this distance in 24 hours.
Incredibly, the Frenchmen resume their duel. First Foncia leads, then Verbac Paprec 3.
Well, we're right on the heels of Mr. Desjardins.
You mean the chaps behind? We are very lucky to go to sea and do what we want, and go as fast as we want.
Such breakneck speeds take a dire toll on day 26 of the Barcelona World Race. Disaster strikes Foncia. François Gabard and Michel Desjoyeaux report that their mast has broken 25 meters above the deck. Michel Desjoyeaux, the legend, is out. Foncia heads to Cape Town, and the Olympians on Mapfre move up to second place. Now, 1 month in, a third of the way around, they face the real challenge of this grueling 25,000-mile battle, the ferocious Southern Ocean. In the Barcelona World Race, the globe-circling marathon for duos, 14 boats started, 12 remain. The sailors are now in the remote, boat-breaking Southern Ocean, which records the highest average wind speeds anywhere on Earth, 26 miles per hour or force 6.
You've got conditions like nowhere else in the world. Huge waves, strong winds, and when the waves hit, the boat makes strange noises. Time to wear a helmet.
We could hit an iceberg.
What is life without risk?
Icebergs are indeed a big danger here. This year, a vast ice field lies in the track of the approaching fleet, which forces race director Denis Auro to push all his safety waypoints or ice gates a long way north. This will add to the length of the race, and some of the skippers are not happy with the decision.
We have an anticyclone there and some good winds over there. The organisers have pushed the ice skates towards the anticyclone, and that's the direction we've got to go.
The fleet stretches out across the first half of the Southern Ocean. The Backpaprec 3 ride their own weather system at the front, while duels rage between Estrella Damm and Mapfre, Mirabeau and Neutrogena, and Hugo Boss and Gaes. The Backpaprec 3 is first to New Zealand, and just as the race looks to have an outright leader, Jean-Pierre Dick and Loïc Perron announce that they have to stop in Wellington to make urgent repairs. In the race rules, any stop here must be a minimum 48 hours. As the French duo work to fix their mainsail system, Loïc Perron is conscious that minute by minute, Mapfre is eating into their lead.
We may just have enough advantage to leave before the boat in second place. It's all to play for.
The Frenchmen dock out that evening, and the luck of the gods is with them. Super light winds have stalled the chasing Olympians on Mapfre, leaving Iker Martinez and Xavi Fernandez still second the following morning as they pass through Cook Strait, without stopping.
We're not going to stop, which was something Verback was hoping for.
Mapfre is within 150 miles of the Backpaprec 3, a mere 8 hours sailing, a hair's width over the course of 25,000 miles. While the top two boats take each other on, third and fourth placed Estrella Damm and Group Bell both pull into Wellington.
We've just overtaken Group Bell and the drum reel of the Solent broke. We had the sail hanging. It's going to take hours to fix this. We really don't deserve this bad luck.
It's a tough break for Pepe Ribes and Alex Peya, race leaders in the South Atlantic, and third for some 20 days before New Zealand. Peya is devastated.
I couldn't hold my tears when I saw you this morning. We've been sailing quite well since Barcelona on a long project in which we wanted to be amongst the leaders. And we were achieving this, so this is hard for us.
The stopovers reshuffle the deck. Pachi Rivero and Antonio Pires aboard Renault jump from 5th to 3rd.
Last time we were 4th, and it was a great result. But this time it's much more difficult because there are more boats, and they're better. Our objective is to arrive in 3rd position, to be on the podium.
Neutrogena jumps to 4th, and then Mirabeau slips through Cook Strait in 5th. Up ahead, Mapfre close to within a few miles of the Bac Paprec 3, and these duos slug it out, day after night after day.
Our Spanish friends are 15 miles away. This is war.
The grit and determination of Martinez and Fernandez is astonishing, but not to their closest Olympic rivals in the 49er dinghy.
They're very different, but when they're together, they never clash. They never argue. It's an ideal partnership.
I'd say it's their consistency and perseverance. It always seems like they never get tired.
Despite the intense duel, Jean-Pierre Dick takes time to call home.
He's completely changed. It's incredible.
Yes, he's a month older, so yes, he's got bigger.
Okay, cool.
Big hugs and kisses. Say hello to Loic. Good wins and take care, both of you.
After 10 solid days of drag racing, both teams are about to turn the corner at Cape Horn. Mariners aboard 18th century clipper ships earned the right to wear a circular gold earring on rounding Cape Horn. For all sailors, this is a landmark to celebrate.
Hello, yes! What's behind you?
La camera?
Yes.
Ah, that's the Cape Horn! Look at that, that's a very famous rock in the world!
The Olympic medalists round 4 hours later, but then they have to find sheltered water to repair a sail hoisting halyard. Not stopping in New Zealand is now affecting their attack on the leaders.
We're taking time to fix this because we couldn't hoist the J1, which is the biggest sail after the Solent. Wow, it's moving around a bit.
Renault is 3rd around the Horn, followed by Neutrogena, Groupe Bell, Mirabeau and Estrella Damm. Groupe Bell at this point is forced to pull out with keel damage. And soon after, tragedy hits Mirabeau. Their mast breaks and they have to make a jury rig with the boom. The Swiss-French pair Dominique Wavre and Michel Paré accept help from the Argentinian Navy to make land. Meanwhile, back to the hard business of racing. Ribes and Peya are now challenging the American-German duo aboard Neutrogena for 4th place. Their first clash in the South Atlantic takes them through fierce conditions.
It's a little bit wet here.
Despite the rough ride, American Ryan Braymeyer and German Boris Herrmann are determined to fight them off.
And the race is on, I would say.
Over 7 days, these boats fight it out.
That's just the way it is.
Eventually, Estrella Damm pulls ahead, and Ribes and Peya climb to 4th. Back on dry land, the online version of the race is a hit. Students at Barcelona's Pompeu Fabra University have spent a year developing a clever and compelling game. Now 46,000 people are steering their virtual boats to win their own round-the-world adventure. Positions don't change on the North Atlantic leg. Estrella Damm hold on to 4th, Renault 3rd, and as Mapfre enters the Gibraltar Strait, the Bac Paprec 3 works up the Spanish coast towards the finish in Barcelona, where preparations are underway. The first boat home is hotly anticipated by both the city and by the sailors themselves.
There's no wind, that's the Med, and we'll arrive tomorrow.
And finally, the moment arrives. After 93 days and 22 hours, Jean-Pierre Dick and Loïc Perron approach the finish line to a glorious and well-earned victory.
It's amazing, 2 times with a new boat. The fact that I came back with them from Auckland helped. It allowed me to make the boats reliable. With Loïc, it's been magic all the way around the world. We've really enjoyed it.
On their way back to the dock, they pick up the ceremonial mooring lines from Mayor John, a symbol of tying the boat to the city of Barcelona. And for the winners, it is a moment to treasure. Mapfre is the second boat back into Barcelona. The duo are the first Spanish boat home and the first Spanish sailors on the podium in 2 editions of the Barcelona World Race.
It's great. I'm very happy. I'm very emotional. It's a great moment, very nice.
Pachi Rivero and Antonio Pires approached the finish line off Barcelona in the golden light of early morning. Nearly 3 days after Mapfre, their joy is unmistakable. For Rivero, who just missed out on the podium in the first edition, this is his dream come true.
Thank you! Thank you very much to all of you who supported us.
Estrella Damm maintain their 4th position, followed by Neutrogena, with Gaes 6th. Ana Corbella becomes the first ever Spanish woman to race non-stop around the world.
It's very emotional. After going around the world with Dee without stopping, it's something really magical.
With 6 boats in, Hugo Boss passes Madeira, followed by Forum Maritime Català. Then We Are Water south of the equator. These will finish over the following weeks, but Central Lechera Asturiana retires in New Zealand. Looking back a few days after finishing, 2-time winner Jean-Pierre Dick sums up his extraordinary experience.
It's a privilege to take part in this race. An enormous challenge, an enormous adventure. It's a great lesson of life. In conclusion, things don't come to you straight away. You have to wait patiently. It's a huge quality of sailors.
To marry an epic sporting achievement with Barcelona's creativity and culture, the official prize giving is held in the Grand Liceo Opera House. It's a fitting venue for Mayor to underline the city's commitment to a race that flies its name and its values. Crown Prince Felipe, heir to the Spanish throne, adds a stamp of national approval. The Barcelona World Race is set to grow in 2014. But for now, 2 extraordinary champions have earned their moment in the limelight. Their victory is a world-class sporting tour de force.